Alright, welcome back to the shop. I was working out the shop late last night, and I'd attempted to try to do three different restorations at one time. And I focused on getting some different shots, different angles and stuff like that to try to give you an idea of how the different tools, the abrasives, the sandpaper, the wire wheel, the nylon wheel and stuff actually work on these tools. But something happened with the camera, and it didn't record anything. So, the bits and pieces and the back and forth and all that, of all the different footage that I had taken with all the different cameras, is pretty much useless. So, and it can be a little upsetting, but with technology, you sort of have to always be prepared to fail. You just never know, because you can't see what's really happening in there. You just hope that everything's functioning right, and files do get corrupted, and like with my cameras, if you jostle them, sometimes that'll help. That'll sort of lead to corruption and things like that. But by and large, the cameras that I have function pretty well. But anyway, this is sort of an epic failure. So I don't know if I'll find any. Maybe I'll put in a little bit of footage here and there if I find anything that looks interesting. But anyway, I had experimented around, and I'm just going to cover the basics of what I found that was sort of interesting yesterday. I used several types of buffing compound to clean up these Crowder end nippers, and this is the best that I think I've ever done in terms of putting a shine on anything, so you can sort of see yourself in the mirror there. I used the black emery buffing compound on a regular wheel, and then I have a new buffing wheel, and I use the white. The white is a finer grade of rubbing compound, and then I used a metal polish on top of it, and that did a pretty good job. The rest of the tool it's got the really neat markings on the handle here, the castings and whatnot. So this thing didn't really lend itself to being entirely polished, but it came out pretty good. The Utica pliers, I was just goofing around and put some Daikin on the pin here just to see how long that would last. But these are effectively useless. I haven't found anything in the shop that they cut good. They don't cut paper, they don't cut wire, they don't cut zip ties, they don't cut anything. There's just something about them that I didn't modify the faces. I didn't do anything. There's no slack in the handle. I don't know. I think that maybe they would be good for a steel strapping, and I just don't have any of that steel strapping that they ban stuff when they like use a steel banding to hold a motor down on a pallet or something like that. And I don't have any of that stuff around here to test it on, and I would never really have any application for that. So anyway, maybe somebody will say something in the comments and let me know exactly what these things might be for. I could do a little bit of internet research too, I suppose. But anyway, as far as my quotidian tasks around here, I don't have any sort of day-to-day use for these things, but they'll go in the workbench nonetheless. The end nippers, these end nippers work great. So these things, I mean, there's really nothing to go wrong with these. The ends have some slight imperfections in there. You could probably see that, but nothing that's going to hurt what these are for. So those are great. And then these duckbill, I am fairly certain, I looked through the toolbox, but I'm fairly certain that the 3 diamonds that are on there, I'm pretty sure that says is a symbol for Utica. And I looked through my toolbox because I had some other Utica pliers, but I can't find anything that has that same stamp on it. But digging through my box of pliers is sort of a chore. You'd have to see it. But anyway, I got quite a few. So, but anyway, the duckbill ones came out pretty nice. I didn't do anything other than hit them with the fiber wheel and the wire wheel, the fiber wheel, and then polished them up. And I didn't go completely overboard like I did with the different kinds of rubbing compounds on the end nippers. But along the way, I did find some interesting stuff. Tangentially related at best to these Utica pliers. There's a locking nut. This screw sort of threads into this side, and then this nut just sort of serves to hold that on there. And that worked pretty good. I mean, but when I went to go disassemble this, I went and grabbed my little bar sockets, and that's that snap-on wrench that I did a couple episodes ago. and I said, geez, there's something wrong with this because I can't get the socket on here. Something's wrong. And lo and behold, this is not a 1/4 inch drive. This is a 9/32 drive. It's if you divide 9 by 32, 281 thousandths. And you can see that it's like 278 thousandths. So, you know, just about 3 thousandths under, down and a half on each side clearance, for 3 9/32 drive socket set. And these apparently were made between 1920 and 1945. 1945 was the last time they were listed in the catalog anyway. And I'm not sure how frequently the catalog was updated or the availability of tools back then. But anyway, yeah, so from the 20s to the 40s they had these 9/32 drive. And from some of the research, I think it was the Progressive Prepper, digging around on YouTube, he had found some information on it, and from some of the forums I had seen, apparently Plum had made a 9/32 drive, and over the years there was a series of odd-sized drive wrenches. Snap-on had a 5/8 drive and a 7/8 drive and things like that, and I imagine this is probably highly desirable to the right person. I looked on eBay and found some sets of these in auction, some very incomplete sets for relatively large amounts of money. I don't do this for the money. I just do this for sort of the fun of it. I did have one person contact me. They never did contact me again about wanting to trade this for something. This has no use in my shop. This is completely junk in my mind. Because I don't have the sockets, I'll never have the sockets. It's just going to add a degree of a chaos to my socket drawer that I don't need, and I would feel better. I'd feel better if I were to trade this tool for something that I could use and get this in the hands of somebody that, you know, if this would complete a set for somebody, you know, anyway. So if anybody has an interest or knows anybody that's looking for a 9/32 socket, let me know. I don't want to give the thing away. I'd like to trade it for something, and something that I could restore on the channel, something we could all benefit from. So anyway, I apologize for the user error on this video. I will see if I got any cool clips that are on there. But in the near term, I'm going to try to get this video out with as much as I think is important in it, or if there's anything interesting in terms of camera angle and stuff. But other than that, probably the main utility of this video is to just say, you know, if anybody knows anybody who needs a 9/32, I'll do that. Otherwise, I'll probably put it on eBay and sell it off and use it to buy some other tools or something. I don't know, but I'd rather deal with you folks. So anyway, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and have a good day.